Welcome to my channel everyone. I'm Cafe, the silly goat, and today in this video we're gonna be talking about fursuit prices, which is a question that fursuiters get a lot. How much does a fursuit cost? Well, in this video I'm gonna be talking about the main different types of fursuits that you can buy and the prices that they can reach depending on if they are commissions, that is fursuits that are made specifically to fit the design and measurements of the person who commissions the fursuit, whether they are pre-made. That means that the fursuit maker has the freedom and liberty to choose whichever measurements or designs they want, or if they are second-hand. That means if they have been previously owned by other fursuiters. So to begin with, we will be talking about the prices of fursuit heads, that is only getting a head of your fursona. If they are commissions, what I've seen is that commissions can be like $600, for example. I would say that for good makers or makers who have a known name in the fandom, I would say that they start at $1,000. I've seen $1,200, for example. Some of them even $2,000 or more. This will depend on the patterns, the amount of furs that they will need in order to make the head, and also the design, if it's easy or if it's more complex. And if they are pre-made, I've seen them go for like, it depends. I've seen them go for like $500, $600, $800. Um, yeah, and they sometimes you will find them with some accessories. It can be, for example, a small tail or a crown or something. And then if they are pre-made, the lowest I've seen just a person head cost is like $400 from a maker who is still starting, and they make, if they make like presets that are good but still low quality. And then we have small partials, which are fursuits that include the head, the hand paws, and a tail. If they are commissioned, these types of fursuits usually cost around like I'd say at least $1,000. I've seen some fursuits cost less. Again, it depends on the complexity of the design, on the maker, if they are well known, if they have experience making suits or not. But usually I would say small partials that are commissioned start at least at $1,000, but they can go, they can cost more. And if they are pre-made, I see them go usually at the dealer stand for around like $600, $800. It's not uncommon to see small partials that are pre-made sell for like $3,000 or more if they are very well made. So the ranges, like, they can vary a lot. There are many things to take into account when talking about fursuit prices, but this is what I've seen. Usually if they are pre-made, they can go anywhere from $600 if they are on the lower end to several thousands. And if they are second hand and they've been owned before, I've seen some of them even go for like $400, which is like one of the cheapest prices you could get. If you get less than that, you are very lucky. If you get a good quality suit, which is, again, it's not impossible, it's quite possible actually, but it will be harder to find. And for the next part, we're gonna talk about full partials, which are like small partials, but they also include the feet paws. Yay. These ones, there are makers that don't make this type of fursuits. They usually either don't make feet paws, or they want to make, you know, the whole body with the feet paws attached. But there are other makers who do. And for commissions, I've seen, for example, Creature Lagoon, the maker who made this fursuit, uh, they charge $2,500 as a base price for a full partial. And I would say that that is for a commission. I would say that that can be more, you know, more mm, generalized among fursuit makers. And yeah, for if you're talking about primates, I would say that also they can be like for $1,500, $2,500. Like, we're talking base prices. Of course, there are some fursuits that can cost much more. Again, I would say that for full partials that are pre-made, they are more or less, you know, $1,000 or $2,500. Then we have, if they are secondhand, I see them go around. So on the lowest end, I've seen them go for like $600, but usually they will cost like at least $1,000. Then we talk about the full bodies, which basically include, you know, everything, the whole body. And we've got plantigrades, which are fursuits that have human legs and basically don't have padding. These are cheaper than digitigrades, of course. Um, and for commissions, I usually see them go. So if they are on the lower end, I usually see them go for at least $1,800 if we're talking, you know, about a less known maker. But I would say that for a well-known maker, it should be like $2,500, $3,000, like as a base price. And then if we're talking about pre-mates, which I believe it's quite uncommon to see pre-mates for sale that are, you know, full bodies, they would go for around $2,000 at least, with $2,500 being, you know, um, more seen. And again, it's pretty uncommon to see full bodies that are pre-made, because particularly for bodies, it's important that they fit the measurements of the person who's wearing the suit. So if they don't fit well, you know, that's why we don't see them that much, because it would be harder to find someone interested who actually fits comfortably in the suit. And then we see the second-hand plantigrade fursuits that can go even as low. I've seen, the lowest I've seen is like $800, you know, for the fursuits that were, you know, kind of made by people who were still learning. But usually what I've seen in plantigrades is like $1,500. It should be, you know, a more common price, $1,500, $2,000. That's what I've seen. And finally, we've got the digitigrade fursuits, which are basically fursuits that have paddings that make it so that the fursuit looks like it has feet, uh, well, yeah, feet that look kind of like an animal. So my type of fursuit, basically, well, you can see it right now, but you know that I'm sick, that I've got a lot of padding. So yeah, my fursuit is a digi fursuit. So how much can you expect for a digi fursuit that you commission? Well, that's where numbers can get crazy, you know, because you can have like amateur makers who can charge you like $2,000, but usually, you know, more well-known makers will charge you at least $3,000. But I would say more around the $5,000 mark. And some fursuit makers like Mixed Candy, for example, their fursuits, even if they are plantigrade, for example, that we've talked about them before, they can go for over 10K. So it's really, there's such a huge range of prices when talking about digitigrade suits. But I would say expect to spend at least $5,000 if you are commissioning a suit. If you have a premade, which again, just like plantigrades, it's hard to find premates for full bodies. I would say like $2,500 at least. And then if you buy secondhand, like I did, the range again, it's very wide. I've seen faucets go as low as $1,000, and then the average that I will see them is like on the lower end, like $1,600, but usually they go for at least $2,500. So $2,500, $4,500, something like that. So as you have been able to see in this video, these prices are just for base prices, not including shipping or fees or anything else. And the ranges are quite wide, so you cannot, I don't think you can really say, oh, this will cost this will cost that, because it will depend on the maker, on the design, and on so many other factors that we cannot really, make a study and say definitively this is what it will cost. And particularly, there was, a study made by CyberFox, and they presented it at TFF 2022, where they did a more thorough study on fursuit prices, which are, well, basically, as I can summarize it, because if you want you can check the work, but the prices were around, like, for full bodysuits, like the average was $3,000 and stuff. So, and again, and they reiterated that those prices are just what they found. They do not necessarily reflect what your experience when buying a fursuit will be. And so yeah, but if you want, a general idea of what you can expect, the prices that I've told you could be, a guide to take into account when deciding to get a fursuit. So if you guys have enjoyed this video and you want to hear me talk about other topics related to the fandom, like for example how to take care of your fursuit, different types of fursuits like kimono or protogen, and know everything about the fandom, you can hit that subscribe button and hit on the notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and share with your friends. And well, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.